So I was at a mastermind event the other week, and one of the guest speakers mentioned that introverts, extroverts aren't really a thing, which one, I've never actually heard anyone say that. And two, coming from an introvert, sure, you don't need to be putting a label on things, but I definitely feel like we all behave differently, right? If it's how we interact with people, if we are labeled as shy versus outgoing, or if it's how we need to actually recharge. I don't care what label you put on it, but at the end of the day, however you are internally as a person, it's going to affect the way that you go at things in life and within business. Now, for me, from a business side of things, being more shy and quiet forced me to really come out of my comfort zone when it came to actually growing my business, putting myself out there, getting clients. So, for all of my fellow introverts, or however you want to label, this one is for you. Hey there, my friend. Welcome back to another episode of the More Than Social podcast. Super grateful to have you here. I am assuming by choosing to listen to this one, you're also an introvert, or maybe you're just kind of curious what I'm talking about when it comes to generating clients. If you are an introvert, welcome to my world. Some people would say that I'm not actually an introvert because I've really gotten comfortable showing up online and doing things for my business that was really out of my comfort. But let me tell you this, I'm quiet. I'm a shy person. I would rather sit there and listen all day long than ever being the center of attention. And if I'm in a social situation, you better believe it, I definitely need some alone time to recharge and just get myself back in the swing of things. But just because I'm an introvert, it doesn't mean that I can't be successful or I'm not successful or we as introverts can't be successful. And I've actually read quite a few books about this too, and it's really interesting. Now, some would say introverts, they can't be successful business owners, but it's not true. Some of the most successful people in the entire world are introverted. We just have to adapt to how do we actually want to run and grow our business. And let me tell you, based on just my experience, you don't really have to change who you are to find the right clients. And that's something that I've heard people say. You just got to find what is going to work for you. Now, over the years, I've learned what works for me within my business. I've tested different strategies, especially when it comes to lead generation and growing my client base. And I have worked with all different walks of life. So today, I'm going to break down 7 different ways for you to get clients for your business, whether you are introverted or not. And my suggestion for you, or if I could challenge you based on this episode, if you can implement one of these strategies per month, test it, see what works best for you and what actually feels right. Now, before I dive in, I want to make sure that you realize that socializing, that interacting with people, yes, it's going to be an important aspect of your business if you're in a service-based business like I am. But you don't have to strike up a conversation with every single person and put yourself out there and sell yourself all the dang time. You don't have to be the one standing in the front of the room just shouting from the rooftop, hey, look at me, making everyone laugh. And I actually never really thought about it too much before, but I personally think that introverts thrive in the online space. And I'm going to say this definitely not in a negative way at all. So I don't want to come off like that. But we actually thrive behind a screen, or at least I feel like I have been thriving behind a screen. It's almost like this protection of some sort, you know? And I didn't really actually realize this until I did my first in person presentation after running my business online for, I think it was around 4 years. I was teaching on the same topic that I always have. I definitely knew my stuff, but for some reason, standing in front of physical people scared the crap out of me. Like I was shaking holding paper like this, like literally if you're watching me shaking. I was sweating buckets. I was so dang uncomfortable and I actually failed miserably. If I do the exact same thing online, I crush it. I'm behind my screen. I'm comfortable. Now, this was years ago now, and I definitely have worked a lot on being able to speak in person. But that moment in my life, I realized how powerful the online world really can be for introverts. And I actually said this on a podcast interview that I was doing not too long ago, but it felt like it finally gave me a chance to speak up. Like, I built a platform and an audience where people actually wanted to listen to me or where I could actually have a voice and give back versus just sitting there in silence, waiting for someone to say, hey, Lisa, what do you think about this? Now, I know this is definitely coming off a little bit sad, and I don't want it to whatsoever. It's the truth, and it's how I viewed it. Like, the internet has done so much more for me than honestly I even realize. And what's a great way to find clients? The online world. I'm sure you saw that one coming, right? But if you can work your way up to showing up online with true confidence, you're going to start to attract clients to you who already have heard you speak about your expertise in some capacity. And it will put you right in front of this person where you feel comfortable. And what you're going to do is start to attract more and more people who want to hear your expertise, not just random things that they want to talk about that will probably make you a little anxious. So that's the first way that I want you to start looking at finding clients. Go online, get specific on one, who you actually want to work with, and then find your damn voice and put it out there in the world. And actually, let's dive into this one a little bit more. And I want to talk quickly about the content side of things. You want to make sure that you're creating content that's going to highlight your knowledge and highlight your passion in your field. So think about writing a blog post, making videos, or hosting webinars that offer real value to your specific dream client. Now, when people find your content helpful and insightful, they're more likely to seek out your services. So here are a couple action tips for you. I want you to look at creating evergreen content. Make content that is going to be relevant over time, not just here and there. It's only important right this second. So this type of content is going to attract new clients well into the future. You can also repurpose your content. So take what you've already created and adapt it to different formats. So for example, turn a blog post into a video or an email, or take a podcast episode, turn that into a blog. Like, this keeps your content fresh and help you reach this broader audience based on where people are hanging out without getting super overwhelmed or caught up in that hamster wheel of always having to create content. Now, speaking of email marketing, you know how I feel about this. You know how much I love email marketing. I can go on and on about this, but this is also going to be a very important way for you to generate leads and convert those leads into paying clients. The more that you can build a relationship, the more that you can stay top of mind, the more people you're going to convert. Now, with your email marketing, to dive in a little bit deeper for you, what you're going to want to do is segment your audience into buckets, okay? So what I mean by that is you're going to want to tailor your emails to different groups of people based on their interests, based on their needs. So this personalization approach is going to help make your emails come across more engaging, but also a lot more effective. And a really easy way to think about this, think of the conversation that you're having with someone in person, okay? That conversation, if it's a one-on-one conversation, it's going to be based on who is literally standing in front of you. Same thing with your emails. Oh, and of course, you're going to want to automate it. I'm sure you also have heard me say that a time and time again, but this is going to make your life easier. Use email marketing, schedule and automate your campaigns. This not only is going to save you time, but it's going to make sure that you are really consistent on staying top of mind and staying in touch with people. And another really big one that right now is crushing it so much online, actually for years it has been, but online workshops or masterclasses, webinars, however you want to say it. Now, there's a couple ways to look at this one. First, when you're hosting an online workshop or a masterclass, you're going to position yourself as this expert in your field. So this is going to open up opportunities to really connect with potential clients and showcase your skills differently versus just having a download. Now, on the other side of it, these typically push people through the customer journey a lot faster than just relying on that guide or checklist. Now, without nerding too much on you, when you look at a customer funnel, okay, most people focus on lead magnets to attract people into their bubble. That's the awareness phase or the top of the funnel. So if you see my hand, think of a funnel. Masterclasses are a great way to grab people who are kind of in that middle of the funnel and push them closer to coming to the bottom of it. Now, here's a couple tips to really help you get started with your masterclass or your workshop or webinar or whatever you want to call it. You're going to want to determine what is the number one problem that this workshop or masterclass is going to solve. Then, of course, you got to promote it. You got to use your online presence, get it out into the world. Share your workshop, share it on social media, share it within your emails, share it on your website, share it with people that you know, offer early bird discounts if there's a paid version of it so people sign up sooner. Or even a really good one, collaborate. Collaborate with other people, okay? So if you can team up with someone else within your industry who doesn't do what you do, but you serve the same people, you're going to have a warmer audience, but it's also going to help you expand your reach and get even more people on this workshop or webinar, whatever you want to call it. Now, another way to get more clients, and this actually has nothing to do with the online world, turn to your existing clients. Simply ask your clients for referrals or recommendations. If they are happy with the service that you're providing or the program, they are going to be your biggest cheerleader. Now, I actually did a podcast with Chad on creating really good referral marketing systems within your business. If this is something that you want to do and you want to turn to your clients for referrals and clients, go back to episode 89. Check this one out. He gives some awesome tips, but one of them really comes down to the incentives, which can be a discount, a commission, or something along those lines that essentially you're going to give to a client whoever refers you business. So it's really a way to thank them, but it's also a way to motivate them to keep referring to you. Plus, when you go above and beyond for your clients, you are more likely to earn glowing testimonials and referrals really naturally. And actually, a really easy way to get referrals quicker from your clients is to actually tell them about it right off the bat. So, what I would do is make sure that you have a very, very smooth onboarding process. Make sure that they have every single thing that they need, a really good experience right from the start. And as soon as they feel that sense of, like, that moment where they're like, this is going to be great, I'm so excited for this, ask for the referral then. Now, there are a couple action tips to really improve your onboarding process, which really comes down to offering a welcome package. So when you do this, you want to give a client a welcome package that includes all the resources, all the information that they need about your service. This is going to set the stage for a really positive working relationship and help these clients feel like they're being taken care of. That's what people want. You also want to make sure you're setting clear expectations about the process, about the timelines, about all the deliverables, and clearly communicate with your clients of what they can expect from you. Honestly, that's one of the biggest feedbacks that I've always got. I over communicate. But just remember, word of mouth recommendations, they are so dang valuable, especially if you prefer a more subtle approach to any self promotion. Now, another way is going to focus on your website. So let's bring it back online for a second and let's talk about SEO. There's a lot of people searching online for exactly what you do. They just need to be able to find you. So a free way to do this is going to be using SEO, aka making sure that you're putting keywords all throughout your website that people are literally typing into Google, for instance. Now, that's a very high level of SEO, but it's going to help you build this online presence in this really strong foundation. And remember, your website, it's kind of like a digital business card. So it's important to make sure that's really, really top notch. I've actually heard people tell me that they didn't work with someone or hire someone or even go ahead and book an appointment with them because they didn't like the feel or the vibe of their website. I know it sounds crazy. And actually, it was not too long ago. I had a very, very warm lead that I sent over to someone who does great design work, great websites. And this lead's boss, who has higher say than her, they said, no, I don't want to move forward with even talking to them because I don't like their site. It's wild, like actually wild to me. So with your site, make sure that it's well designed, make sure it's really easy to navigate, make sure that all the essential information is out there. But the most important thing, and I want you to listen here, the most important thing is speaking directly to your dream client's problem and offering your business as the solution. So here's a couple tips to really make your website stand out. Again, optimize it for search engines. Use SEO techniques to improve your website, making sure that's going to rank when someone searches for you. This also is going to make it really easy for potential clients to find you online. And make sure that you include client testimonials. And if you can get a video testimonial or multiple videos, even better. Now, the last two strategies for landing more clients for introverts could be a little outside their comfort zones, but just remember, you don't have to implement everything that I'm telling you. And I'm not even going to touch on ads today, which is actually wild. I didn't include this in this list, but these strategies, this is what works for me with my clients. Networking going to be a really big piece of the puzzle. So if it's in a larger group like chambers or BNI events, or if it's one-on-one interactions, you got to network. So from an introvert side of things, I find that we often excel in smaller, more personal settings versus these large events. But that doesn't mean that we can't go to the bigger events. It's just going to be pushing you a little bit outside your comfort, but I promise eventually over time, you just eventually get used to it. So if you're going to go this route, just make sure you're prepared. Know who's going to be there. Who are you going to be interacting with on some sort of level? Take the time to research their background, their interests, get to know who it is so you step in more confident. In knowing who's going to be there, you're going to be able to tailor your interactions and have more meaningful conversations. And also, while you're in those conversations, Open-ended questions, they're the bomb. When you can get people talking and generally interested in what you are saying within your conversation, it's going to help the relationship grow faster. And that's a really big one. And this actually brings me to the last piece of the puzzle. Nurture existing relationships. So building relationships, whether that's with past clients, current clients, industry connections, it's going to take time, but it is so worth it. I was once told that the best thing that you can do to grow your business, not run ads or funnels or emails or all these things I do, is building relationships with high net worth clients. Don't try to sell these people, just become friends with them. So if they are the right people and they have connections to people that you want to work with, that's going to help you out in the long run. So here's a couple tips on this side of things of how you can actually really nurture these relationships. After you meet someone, send a personalized follow-up. Check in with past clients to see how they're doing. Offer your assistance if it's needed and keep them updated about any updates or changes within your business. And when you can get personalized with all your follow-up, it really shows that you care and you value this relationship. Now, on top of that, if you can send a voice note or a video even, it takes it up a notch. Now, another easy way to remember to connect with people is celebrating their milestones. So whether it's a business one, a personal one, birthday, anniversary, whatever it is within their life or business, celebrate it. Use these as like cues to you to say, hey, let me reach out right now. Let me say congratulations. Let me check in on them. Let me just build this relationship. Let me leave this positive impression. Now, as an introvert, if we want to put labels on things, which we don't have to, based on my experience, your unique strengths can help you connect with clients on a more profound and meaningful level because you listen so good. But just take the pressure off yourself. And hopefully, all of this will help you understand what it takes to actually utilize online platforms or create quality content or actually nurture relationships to really grow your business. And this is the real secret if you want to expand your client base while staying true to yourself. Just remember, success doesn't come from being the loudest voice in the room. It comes from making these authentic connections. That's what's going to help you stand out. Now, I believe in your potential. I believe in your business. I believe in your offer, and I believe in your ability to shine. So take this from me today. I give you 7 different strategies, and I could have gave you a lot more. We didn't even touch on ads, which again, kind of weird for me not to talk about ads in an episode like this. I just wanted to share that there's multiple ways to get more clients. It's not a one way is only going to work. And I actually saw this on Instagram the other day. Someone posted a reel that they should only follow one specific method. I don't believe in that. I believe that there's so many different methods out there that can work for you. There's so many different strategies. It really comes down to what do you want within your business? Who you are as a person, what is your offer, and more importantly, what do your dream clients need? So there's lots of different things that we can do to help you grow your client base. If you ever have questions about it, send me a message. Let's jump on a call. Let's have a conversation about it in DMs. If you're stuck, if you just need a little push in the right direction, I'm here for you. I love to talk about this stuff. But regardless, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I cannot wait to see you next week. Enjoy it. Keep crushing it. Keep growing your business. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.